name is Sonia Fitzpatrick. I'm a chartered physiotherapist, a Pilates instructor and a riding instructor, and I'm passionate about how Pilates can help your riding and your posture. Please watch the first 3 videos in this series. The first one is about how to identify your posture in standing, the second one is about how to identify your posture in the saddle, and the third one is the introduction to these seated exercises on the gym ball. Please do not move into any position of pain or discomfort, and if you're worried about doing any of these exercises, please consult your doctor or your physiotherapist first. So the first exercise we're going to do is to simulate the movement of walk on the gym ball. So we're going to make sure to start with that our seat is in the middle of the ball, our feet are wide and our knees are wide. We check the position of our pelvis to check that the front of the pelvis is vertical, the pubic bone and the front of the hip bones here, or the pelvic bones, are vertical, and the waistband is horizontal. Then we're going to feel which sit bone is taking more weight and slightly roll the ball from left to right to make sure that our weight is even on both feet and both sit bones. Then we're going to imagine a V, which takes the weight down through the legs towards the feet. So we're going to first of all move down our left leg towards our left foot and down towards our right knee to our right foot. And then we're going to move the pelvis, keeping our body as still as we can, moving with that movement of the ball forwards and backwards. And this identifies which side you find more easy. If you found it easier to lift your right leg in the previous video, then you'll probably find it easier to push your weight onto your left sit bone and push your right knee out. If you found it easier to lift the left leg, you'll probably find it easier to take your weight on your right sit bone and move through your left knee. This is the movement of the walk, and we need to feel the movement of the horse as we keep the arms still. The movement can be very big, and the more the horse steps through the hind leg, the more the movement in the pelvis needs to go with the horse, and the movement of the hands will be in the opposite direction. Okay, so that's the walk. The second movement is the trot. We're going to start with our pelvis in the upright position. We're going to try and bounce the ball, thinking about the movement of the horse's rib cage in the trot, coming up and down. We're not going to bounce up and down with a rigid spine, because this is what can be very uncomfortable on the horse's back. We're going to try and keep our head and shoulders still, and we're going to try and accommodate the movement of the horse's back with our pelvis. So we're rippling through the spine, allowing the movement of the pelvis to lift our sit bones up and down to accommodate the movement of the horse. The difference between the different trots is we're not going to push the horse forward, we're going to go with the horse. So as the horse moves into a bigger trot and the back moves forwards, our body will have to accommodate that movement with a bigger movement of the pelvis backwards and forwards. If we're doing a more passage or piaffe trot, we're going to be lifting much more on the spot and sitting down into our sit bones in the moment where the hind legs touch the ground. The other thing you can do is to try and sit your sit bones one and then the other. So in this trot, we're trying to take more weight on our sit bones one and then the other to try and get the horse to flex his hind legs in the trot. So you can play around with that and feel how your abdominals are working during this exercise. Then we're going to do the canter. So the canter is basically something which is on a slight diagonal. Remember the footfall of the canter from the right hind, if we're on the left rein, through the diagonal to the left front leg. So when we roll the ball through the canter, we're rolling it from our right sit bone onto our left sit bone on a diagonal. So our body is rocking backwards and forwards as we move the seat, and you can feel how your seat is drawn forwards in the moment where the diagonal pair draws you hits the ground and draws you forward onto the left inside front foot. So right hind, diagonal pair, front left. Right hind, diagonal pair, front left. I'll show you that from the front. So right hind, diagonal pair, front foot. Right hind, diagonal pair, front foot. So as I'm rocking backwards and forwards, my ball is rolling backwards and forwards underneath me, but I'm on a slight diagonal. Now I'm going to do a flying change, and then I'm going to move from my left, so the left hind, the diagonal pair, and the right front. So we're rocking the body forwards and backwards to accommodate the movement of the horse as you feel the footfall from the left hind, the diagonal pair, and the right front foot. So I'm going to show you this from the side again. So we're rolling the ball backwards and forwards as our body moves backwards and forwards with the ball. Now I'm on the left rein, my pelvis is slightly moving on a diagonal line from right to left, but my body is absorbing the movement of the horse in the canter. And then on the other rein, I'm going to be now on the right rein, from the left hind through to the left, to the right front leg. So my body has to accommodate the movement of the horse with a rolling slightly of the pelvis and a contraction of the abdominals as you lift into the moment of suspension, as you draw the horse up and back. So that's when you have to engage your abdominals to lift your body up in the moment of suspension as the pelvis comes back. So that's something which you can help your horse with, trying to establish which is the moment of suspension and to lift your body up in that moment of suspension to just assist that moment of suspension while keeping your bottom in the saddle. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.